it can be done. It's just, like I said, it's just something that it has to all be, it all has to be that those retro pieces, no matter how big or small they are.
Understood.
They basically take the same amount of work for them to be calculated and rendered and all that thing manually. What we have, what I've done is I went through and put it all together into one package, right? Everything in one package that we go through the TA. And it's important there that we know. I mean, really, after we left and you know, sort of, I thought about it. There's really no purpose served at all by having an MOU. So we're not going to push forward the MOU at all. What we're going to do is push this forward as one package because the compensation piece of it is on the front.
We'll have to fix that.
You know, so since we got through all the language and and the compensation is clearly outlined, we can just TA this as one thing and, you know, move forward. It's important to, and one of that here is it's important to understand that the bottom line is we've agreed to this contingent upon the financial aspect, right? So essentially, you know, it wouldn't work if we were to say go forward and you were to take it to your union to ratify, and they ratified the language and failed to ratify the MOU. And so the bottom line is they're one package, and so that's why we're pushing them forward as one package at this point.
We understand that.
Yeah.
That was,
But
it's not the union, it's the bargaining unit, and so we have to.
You have it on the second paragraph, last line, it says, complete agreement by both the school board and the association membership. That is not, it's not just the membership, everyone votes, the whole bargaining unit.
Good selection through.
Okay.
So what it should say?
It's just it should say.
And the LCTA bargaining unit.
Yeah, I mean, this is intended for us to go, you can go through it. I'll make sure, like, hold on.
He didn't have time. Where is he?
Or you can do it, actually, I just need to.
Is it bargaining unit or is it instructional?
Is she sick?
Diana?
Diane?
She's been in my.
She's just out.
Okay.
She has been sick. Her parents have, like, I'm not supposed to do launch that.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's,
Okay.
She told me.
But she's okay?
I'm not supposed to tell her.
But she's okay.
Yeah, she's fine.
Good, okay.
She's taking care of her parents. I don't know why. Come on, stupid man. Come on. But yeah, I mean, basically what we can.
what is that?
Because there's certain aspects of it that you know, where I changed the language
I know.
to say what I thought we said at the thing and to get to the point where, you know, we were in agreement. If you're not willing to agree to the language, then tell me and we'll look at it.
I'm just trying to figure out
what we said.
the whole intro piece here is like,
Well, the intro piece is the part where, you know, basically what I'm saying is this agreement is all one package. They're
Right.
related.
we understand, but the MOU that's been signed is an MOU that needs to be within the packet. It's all going out together. We've signed it. We've already agreed to it.
We're not agreeing to the MOU going out when we already have the whole package together.
But you don't get to do that unilaterally after we've already signed some documents.
The bottom line here is that it is not a unique standalone piece in this circumstance.
And so neither are the MOUs for Griffin and everything else. They're a part of
They're
the
not.
package. That's why
Yeah,
the MOU itself of
So,
those things
this
are
is
a part of the
what-
package.
this is somewhat telling.
It's not telling anything. It's where we left the other day.
No, it is telling. And so the.
Telling in
bottom
what
line
way,
is-
please?
the Bottom line is that we have one package
Hmm.
that includes the compensation offer.
Mhm.
And you were very adamant that we had all of it together, right? That we got all.
Do
of the
not
language.
make me, I'm asking you to explain your position, not tell me what mine was.
So our position is now that we have the full package, we
We
we're
agree
not
to the
accepting.
MOU.
Okay, well then, the
That's what we're
board.
saying, like, contract, right?
So you're
Acceptance,
rescinding
sign
the
it.
MOU.
It's not a contract, it's an MOU.
Right, but
But
that was
the-
what we
okay.
agreed upon.
But the parts of the written stuff were separate, right? Didn't you guys sign like,
There were
The
separate
articles-
things. They were all.
Yeah,
separate.
those were separate. Well, we signed them.
And separately, the board is the person, is the legislative body that approves it. Not me and not the superintendent.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, sure, you can take the.
We know the
MOU if you
law.
like. You can take the MOU if you like, but we're not accepting the MOU in itself or just the contract language in itself. They are a package. They are together as one. And that's why we're putting it together.
Are you so nervous that you think that we're gonna try and do two different ratifications, that something fails and some of that happens? Like, what is the
Yeah,
concern?
it's-
Then, because there has to be a motive all of a sudden.
When you said it was telling, so.
What is telling?
We're not separating.
No, you're not explaining. it. You
So I
said
told
it's
you
telling.
from the very beginning, the other day, I said, we're not agreeing to the TAs independently. They are part of a package. We get to the compensation.
Right, that
piece.
included your MOU that you asked us
So
to
now that we
sign.
have a package that includes the compensation and includes the TA, why do you want to have the MOU?
Because it's what we
was-
agreed
We
to.
agreed it.
Why do you want to change it so bad?
Because we're not, because what we realize is that you could then take it and get that part ratified or not ratified and get the other
Can we
part.
caucus real quick?
ratified.
Yeah,
We got a caucus real quick.
And so
Do they have a place to go?
we can. We can,
Do you want us to go or you?
the compensation.
Yes, as an MOU, Brett, right?
It's just, it's.
You have such bad faith bargaining going on right now. It's unconscionable.
If you, I told you from the very beginning, it is contingent.
You don't need to speak to me like I'm your child. I told you from the beginning. I know what was said. I know what was agreed upon the other night. Know exactly what it was. And you've got this like worry, some schemes going on when we've already had the discussion of what will happen.
So are we back on record?
Yes, we are back on record.
Okay, Brett, what's your, understanding your position is you're retracting from our original agreement?
So what I'm saying is this. When we agreed to the agreement on Wednesday night, it was all contingent upon the compensation deal. So we're not agreeing to anything independently. It's all interrelated. And so, I guess the issue was Scott has a problem with the language at the beginning of the TA document that basically goes into that section.
Scott will speak for himself.
The reason, okay, well, that's where I can't.
Let me just hear,
And so, let me
Brett's position.
and so we are not, so where we are right now is that just like any other year when we have completed bargaining, we have a completed set of TA documents. That we've agreed to, for all intents and purposes, we've agreed to. So
right?
there's absolutely no need, and there's absolutely no need for a separate MOU. Because they are all interrelated. Now, if you guys, so the MOU is not necessarily necessary in our perspective. And so we were gonna say, okay, let's sign off like we always do. We bargained this in good faith. It's all there. But the bottom line is, it has to be one document. It has to be one thing. It's not acceptable to us for it to be separated.
Okay,
We
let me
won't
stop.
agree to the TA in that circumstance, okay?
Okay,
So it
Let
has to
me-
be together. So what we were going to propose is if you guys want the MOU in, then fine, we'll draw up a separate agreement that clearly articulates that if one passes and the other doesn't, we're back to square one. but we're not doing them separate. They're together.
We never said that we were gonna ratify separately.
And you don't get to dictate the terms after the fact that we've already come to an agreement.
I just said that we would bring the MOU back in.
And then
And
you're
you
happy to do it.
created the MOU. You told us 30 times if you didn't tell us once that you wanted that MOU signed. There
It's
are
the-
several other MOUs that are going to be, that we signed, that are going to be attached to that agreement. The MOU for the TSIA funds has just as much force and effect as any other MOU in that agreement.
And
And
it's
it's
just
all
as
being, and
Let her
we're,
finish talking. She let you.
we are ratifying this all together. There was no discussion or conception on separating this.
And I'm
It's
not
all
signing a
gonna be
document
one
saying that we're gonna
package.
do it, because that means that we have to put everything in writing, and our word at the table doesn't matter.
Okay.
Your checks and balances are off the chain right now of your concerns.
Scott, the bottom line.
Why would
is-
you think we would do
Understand you're
anything
upset, but
other?
To me, this, it's not just me. This is concerning to our side as a whole.
Then it should
So
be
then how do we-
all
so-
bargain.
Who's your chief negotiator?
Let me tell you something. I just went
I allow
went
my table to speak
entire,
since we came as a small group to put initials on things and you decided to do something else.
there, I was tasked to find out where everybody is in my region on the TSI state status.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has an MOU. And some are ratified, some are not, but it's all in an MOU form. So why does LCS think that it needs to be done differently? It is
Because they
going
think
to
we're gonna,
be,
Done differently. We couched this from the very beginning. We're not agreeing to the language in a vacuum.
You wanted
It,
to,
you're not.
we're not agreeing to the language without the compensation piece there.
MOU on
So-
9/17.
We can,
Why would you
we
sign it if it was
can
just gonna
work
be a
through
part of it?
this. We can put the MOU back in, but that's the basic requirement of our side of the table is that,
You are changing your position, Brett.
no, I'm not changing. I've got
What
the
do
whole
you
thing
mean?
recorded. I
What
said,
do
I
you-
don't know how many times we are not agreeing to the compensation. Or sorry, we're not agreeing to the language without the compensation.
okay,
No,
no. No,
Case early on.
go check your tape. I'm gonna speak right now.
Okay.
Check your tape. We're gonna go ahead and CCL this language. If you sign that, if, not package, whatever. Check your own tape.
All right. Let me
So-
make sure I understand. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
If you
is
sign
there
this,
any
we'll sign that.
disagreement between the parties
Mhm.
that it's all one package?
You'll be ratified as
No.
one.
One package, right?
One package.
Okay. So is this problem, is it the form that you don't like?
It's a trust issue
Okay,
of changing things, thinking the worst case scenario when that was never even on the table.
All right.
So it is a direct reflection of the district's perception of its employees and how truthful they will be in conducting business.
okay, I think let's kind of go back to where we were Wednesday night at 9:30.
Mhm.
Okay. I think what makes both sides difficult is we basically have a third party in here that's not here, that will not be here. That's, pressing the time frame for all this, which makes it more difficult.
Okay.
Okay, so how would you like to reconcile something that would, so you don't like this just because the way we sign the TAs separately?
They signed the MOU. They had, Brett and Rocky signed the MOU on 9/17/25, thinking that they could just get the MOU. Why was that MOU now discarded from the package?
We never.
I think it's just
agreed to the
procedure.
language.
I think that Brett is relying on more of a specific procedure.
We've done it in the past that way.
Well,
We've
they're telling
always,
me that they've done this a lot in the past 2 years.
never, never,
Let me clarify.
With whom?
Let me clarify.
Alright,
7 years, never seen it.
We always sign off. I can go back to the board doc.
Salary, yes.
We sign salary, we sign language.
Right.
And all I've done is because it's an open book year and we had so much, I put it all in one document. Instead of having all of those things and us scribbling our name on it, put it all in one document. And so. And every other year, we've had the language along with the compensation, which is what we agreed to. We agreed from the very beginning. We said, we are not moving forward with the language without the compensation piece.
But
And
this
you're in
is,
agreement with that,
this is the tentative agreement document.
It was, if you sign the MOU,
Right.
we will TA these things. That's what was said.
Right.
If you, nothing said anything, and not that it was even in our position to separate the MOUs out in any different way and do multiple ratifications, but it's the assumption.
Okay, well, I understand.
And so then that's just disrespectful because the issue at the table was if you sign the MOU, we'll TA those 4 articles as current contract language. Nowhere in that conversation was, this is one package, this has to be all ratified at the same time. You can go back and look at the tape. But we understood that the intent was, we're done. We got everything we were supposed to be doing. And we signed the MOU, we TA the documents today. All we're doing is we're taking out the handwritten stuff and making sure that people can read the language. That was it. And to be honest, this is like,
I believe we did say we were gonna hammer out the language so that it's refined. That's it. And we haven't even had a chance to look at that yet.
no, we have.
Because the main issue is that you're offended we took the MOU out when, why do we need an MOU if every?
You don't have to ask. You've already made a choice.
So I just said, we'll take the MOU with it. But we need an agreement that, and an understanding, because at the end of the day.
You
we are
can't
not-
do that,
Yes, we
right? But that's
Okay.
bad faith bargaining. You can't, when the table is not here. You can't change it up at the last minute.
It's not that faithful.
All right, let's go back.
Yes, it-
We both agree that it's procedure that we're being hung up on, right?
No, I think it's
No.
more than procedure.
And you're concerned about the way the meeting opened?
I think you would be too if we did something similarly.
But you plan to ratify one thing, to let them vote on one thing, right?
Yeah.
I did until you gave me ideas.
I don't know why. I mean, why would we have 3 or 4? That costs so much money, it takes so much time and confusion.
Brett, what?
Why would we do
We're
that?
already working on it.
You can do that.
Why would we do that?
Okay, why would you do that?
Yes, why would we do that?
We agreed to the language.
You're not
in
explaining your why.
association With the compensation. If you separate them, you can say, no, the union membership
It's not
It's not
membership. You keep
membership,
going to
it's
membership.
Units.
unit voted down this. But they're gonna ratify this. That's not the agreement. And
That's not
all-
what we were gonna
But
do.
that's all.
That wasn't our
All I'm saying
intention.
is, there's no reason, and
Why
there's from outside.
would that
of
concern?
us, we received advice saying, there's no reason to do an MOU if we have all of the components
Then we should.
in one agreement.
Bargaining session.
Why?
This is a
Then
bargain.
why did you create an MOU?
No.
No.
The bargaining session was for us to come
Bargaining session.
Well, let me ask you this.
put initials
Oh,
on
I'm
things.
Let me
sorry.
ask you
Todd.
this. If we take the.
You still haven't answered.
Discussion, if-
I have but one question based off of that. Just not, I'm not trying to.
Sure.
What is your concern about if it was an MOU and ratified separately and it was voted down? What causes you so much heartburn?
It is the pure peace that they are contingent upon one another. You can't.
You're not answering my question.
How is that not answering your question?
Because
If you-
you're telling me we want it together. I'm asking why you would be concerned that an MOU would not be ratified, and if it was TISA, what is your primary, what's the cause effect, the effect that you're worried about?
The effect is we're trying to get the TISA paid.
They keep it.
And as part of that,
Mhm.
we're leveraging the fact that we agreed to
Mhm.
language in order to get the TISA paid.
Right.
And so now, if you take them forward, and it's not one package, it's set up as two packages, and you could do them at the same time, just say, oh, we're gonna vote on the MOU, and we're gonna vote on the language package. Well, then they wildly pass the language, and they don't pass the TISA, which is the whole point of us agreeing to the language. They're contingent upon one another, and I said that 100 times. That's why we have to have them together. And if you want to include the MOU in there.
Can I ask?
It is gonna be
Procedure
one
Hold on,
package.
Todd did have a
I'm sorry,
question
I'm
first,
sorry,
real
Todd.
quick.
If we take the first 3 pages of this off and add the MOU, does that get us to where we can do something now?
We can look through the language.
Yeah, with obviously a chance to check the language.
You do understand that it's now put us at where we're gonna go line by line,
Go
because
ahead.
this kind of feels like, I am so sorry, I don't, like, we walked in, we got ambushed by mistrust. And now it's like, well,
That is exactly what it was.
like, what, how much trust do we actually have in the actual? Usually what happens is he will sit with Pam and Chris and they go line by line and work
Yeah.
together and do it. Well, I know that our two are one's out of the country, one's out of the state right now. So we apologize that it wasn't that, but now that we have a little bit mistrust, so it's going to take a little bit to go through.
You know what, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not sticking around to go through this packet. We'll accept the packet and we can figure out something for Monday. But I'm not signing anything right
Okay.
now because there's so
Receiving
many.
the packet, we're accepting, receiving the packet.
What you've done is
Accepting,
you've
receiving the
created
packet.
mistrust. And so now we just need to do our due diligence.
So this is.
Brett, I'm gonna
also
tell you
contrived. Let me just
something.
say, it's also contrived. You know, from the very beginning, this is exactly what we've done.
So this is not good faith bargaining. That's not.
Pam, you wanted to say something? Go ahead.
Brett, I'm
So-
very upset that you came here with this, but I'm telling you, and I'm giving you my word, we are doing nothing but putting this together as one package. You either vote it in its entirety, yes, or you vote it in its entirety, no. That is it. We don't have the
Okay.
manpower.
But he wants
that-
it on a document that's signed so that he can have some verification.
This is a bargaining session.
No, this
So
is what
would
we
you
agreed
respond,
to.
please?
This is what it's gonna be. You're gonna have to
I mean,
trust
I was
us a
saying-
little bit.
I was
It's ridiculous.
answering her.
I'm not going
What
to
I'm
ruin
saying
my
to you is
job
this.
by lying at the table.
Just like any other time.
Mhm.
Just like any other time, where we would have come back, we have all of the documents laid out. We've gone through all of the documents laid out. If you would take a second to look at the document, you would see it's exactly what we've signed in years past. Exactly. And at the end of the day, if you want to include the MOU as a part of this, that's fine. But the whole port, the whole aspect of this is there is absolutely, we've never, ever signed an MOU on compensation before.
Yes, we have.
No, we have not, because you guys absolutely would never agree to it. And so in every other year, what we've done is exactly this, a TA that has the compensation package on the front. And it also has the language that we agreed to behind it.
I think it would have been different.
And it's all
if you
there.
had said,
And
It's all there.
insane.
It's all there. This is
"Would you
exactly.
mind if we did this?" Like,
Please,
that's
MOU.
different than when you came in and said, "We're not doing this unless you do this." Like, if you just came in and said, "Hey, do you mind if we put it together and work out," like, it would have been a different story. But assuming that we are bad faith actors,
You know what? I don't understand. It's like from the very beginning. From the very beginning, you take issue with exactly what I was concerned with, which was these things being contingent on one another. It's immediately called out. And then you want to push it back on me as if as if I'm being unreasonable.
Because you are.
But it's.
And from our
I'm
perspective,
I'm not the only person who comes up with these ideas. That I'm not the only person that.
you're the one that
sits on
delivers it
trying-
in the manner that you choose to deliver it in, though.
The
Correct,
reason
you
I did
said, if you
the
sign
manner that I
this,
did it's because of the manner that you started out with, which was immediately questioning why we need that language.
You
Well,
are
that's
such a
exactly-
gaslighter. How do you do that?
Right.
That's-
You're the
You
one
are-
that started this with the way you did, and then you're concerned about my response to your.
That's it.
Gentlemen, may I,
Sure.
but
Yes, absolutely.
to revisit where I think we are now. And moving forward, what our steps are. So I think what I heard you say is that you want to take this language, you do not want to stay here to look at it, but you'd like to review it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we are undecided whether the top three pieces of paper will remain or whether they'll be replaced with the MOU. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, we're clear we were our MOU.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We approve.
So.
Because that's what we agreed to.
Okay.
May I just want to make sure we know where we are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
and so at this point, we all agree that it's one package.
Yes.
Okay. What the package looks like, whether it has the MOU or whether it has this or whatever. is
Or a couple other edits on the long.
on the words,
Yeah.
yes, correct. That we don't know. So may I suggest that if you guys don't want to sit here and go through the language, that's fine. I would be the same way. I would need time alone to decipher and process. Would you like then on Monday to meet to go through the language, or do you need more time?
I think we could do Monday. We're not opposed to having the conversation, going through the work and everything. You know, there are serious concerns on our side about the complete lack of trust on the other side. And that there has not been any indication of bad faith bargaining or that there's a pull fast one on them kind of thing, but there's an assumption. And then even when we have conversations about what's taking place and we say, we disagree with this, it's not listened to, it's, but why? And it's like, it's very frustrating. And so we will, I think, let me check schedules. Would everyone, 3:00 on Monday, is that
How-
doable in some way?
Yeah, for your guys' schedule, how does Monday look? Kathy,
Because,
I'll make time.
yeah,
you'll make
I mean,
time? Okay.
because my expectation
So
was
what
to
time
leave
would be
here.
best if we
It
have,
would be better than earlier for me.
Okay.
but You let Brett and you
So-
guys do the,
so,
3 would work for me as well.
3 would work?
So
Okay.
should we be bringing the entire bargaining team then?
Yeah,
Let's see.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
just
make
bring
a
a-
real clear plan on
Yeah.
what
Okay, yeah.
Monday's gonna look like.
What it's expecting.
So there is no accusations from either side
Right.
on sabotage or mistrust. Are you guys gonna bring your entire, either way, so we.
We're gonna
We're good.
offer it to them, whether or not they choose to, I will,
We need to
Let
probably
Brett
bring
know.
more. We'll
okay,
probably, so, because it'll be after, it'll be, the only people that would need to
Yeah,
be
it would
released
be
would be,
the folks we had on the last day.
Okay.
on Wednesday.
Okay, and will you distribute copies of this for the language for them to review?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll scan it and have it.
I'm gonna ask for a digital copy. If you, after we leave here, just email it to me so we can have it as well. So that if there are any things that we would like to note when we have our discussion, that maybe, because I don't know what's in it, but if there was something, we could at least be able to have a document that represents that for discussion.
I just wanna make sure that our voices remain even, our emotions don't get too escalated. And I don't know if right now we're in a good spot to maintain that decorum. So we'll take the weekend. If Monday doesn't work, you guys need more time, we need to reschedule, just let us know.
But for the record, the decorum is possible. The issue is the time and the fact that we're already an hour into this meeting of going through some of the stuff. So, and we do want to make sure that our team has full knowledge of what his, what the intent is. Okay? It's completely throwing our schedule off. I wanted to send out a ratification pack this afternoon with a webinar link for next Tuesday so that we can go ahead and have a ratification by October 14th. This is frustrating beyond frustrating because we had a timetable in place, not two ratifications, a single ratification. So,
And Scott, if you do, and we can, I know it's late, I know it's Friday, we're willing to stay. If you do want to stay and go through the
If-
language, so it doesn't throw off your timetable. I don't want this to be inconvenient.
We're gonna step out. We're gonna step out. I'm gonna call Pam real quick. We'll step out. We'll go talk to her outside for
We-
just a minute.
Do you want us to?
No, we'll step out. We'll just step out.
pressure would be good.
We'll call Pam and then we'll come back and,
Is Pam on Zoom?
yeah,
Oh,
and we'll go ahead and,
okay.
A little bit, so.
Oh, yeah, good luck getting a good place.
Well, we're not gonna do that. Probably small bites, something.
Go home and celebrate with his family.
So we would like for the documents to be emailed. We are scheduled for 3 o'clock on Monday. We will be ready to sign everything and get stuff taken care of so we can get a ratification packet out.
we do want the MOU.
And we
Instead of the-
are a single ratification packet. So at the end of the day, this didn't have to happen this way.
So
So.
can I say one thing? Every other year,
Oh my.
and this is what this is about. When we do you admit that this is the case or not? And we can deal with this separately. When we do a single ratification and there's separate MOUs in there, it is totally within your right. This is your question. Is it within your right to vote yes or no on individual MOUs without voting no on the whole language?
Well, why don't you go take a look at every ratification packet that was emailed out on your servers as public record, and you'll find out there's never been just a standalone MOU unless it was an MOU like the end of last year where we had already reached a tentative agreement and we had to do MOUs, and there were like 3 MOUs that needed to be
It didn't
ratified.
come the same time.
It didn't come at the
They
same time.
came
They were
after,
separate.
right? So
Brett,
my thing,
Brett,
so, but you're not here to quiz me about our practices.
I'm just trying to have a civil conversation.
Brett, we would have to specifically enumerate that, if you will, in a ratification. And that's something we are not doing.
So you're saying, so let me just ask this. The reason why we do separate MOUs on separate issues is obviously your unit may want to ratify one, but not the other.
They won't have that option, and we've said that.
But they do in every other instance.
Right.
They do not. We have never, listen,
Why do you yell?
well, because you're not
Because-
hearing.
Because we're having the same conversation we had 60 minutes ago with you, Brett.
That's the way. that-
Oh, my goodness.
It's
We
the
are
way-
not the union that, the stereotypical that the Board of Education is trying to put out to everybody. We're respectable.
That's one question.
Yeah.
Not to belabor the
Yes.
But if you agree that this capsulates the MOU, after you check it,
Yeah, we have to check.
help me understand why you're so adamant that we can't go with this. We actually need the paper from the MOU. Help me understand that.
There is no necessary reason for you to understand it. If we
Okay.
sign the MOU, we've made an agreement. That agreement is what we did Wednesday night.
Right.
And so that's the agreement.
Typos.
So, I don't, the idea that we would go backwards where we've already gone forward, I don't understand why anyone would want to. If we came in here and did something very similarly,
Having a typo in the other 9.
right, if we came in here
Yeah.
and did something similarly after the district had already signed it and asked you to re-sign a different one, you'd say no. But you know what LCTA has done? We've done it a number of times for you
Yeah.
guys. We've signed MOUs and you said, wait, we need to change this, and we've come back and re-signed those MOUs. We have never
To help benefit
done
the
what
district.
is being done to us through this process.
Well, thanks for that information.
Okay,
It just looks. It's appearance.
meeting adjourned.
When we
Thank you,
were at
Pam.
the Table,
You're welcome.
when we talked about the MOU.
That's 90% versus some of the others.
Yes.
But theoretically, we would just
It's
have
almost
10 appendix.
almost language to language, but it's not quite, you know, there's a few things up there. It, just so that the rest of the paperwork is.
Okay.
It is not the association membership who vote on the ratification. It is the entire bargaining unit,
Right.
which means every teacher that is employed by Leon County
Even if
School.
they're not paying dues.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's number one, that, so if any other paperwork needs, if it says membership, you know, whatever, that is,
We'll
it's
fix it.
not, it's bargaining
We'll have
unit.
Prepare.
Okay,
So 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
See you
Monday.
Monday.
And we will have the eight people that were sitting at the table on Wednesday. So.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks.
We'll have our team.
I'll call you, Pam.